everyone, this is DV reporting. We've just arrived in Sovereign Hill, Ballarat, Victoria. It's 11 a.m. It's an interesting replica of early Australian history. They found gold and the gold rush occurred. So yeah, I'll show you more as we go on.
Sovereign Hill is a large open-air museum depicting the story of Ballarat as a gold rush boomtown. Gold was discovered here in 1851, which rapidly brought transformation and progress to this once sleepy town.
Behind me is Ballarat Times, which is, for me, as I have a journalism degree, this is an interesting building for me.
On your right, you would notice the Sovereign Hill Post Office. It's pretty fascinating how the buildings look like back in 1800s. On your left is the Clark Brothers Grocers. It is a store that is based on the original by Thomas and Richard Clark, who emigrated from England during the gold rush. On your left is an incoming horse and carriage. During the times when there is no fuel or electric power vehicles, horse and carriage is the main mode of transportation. On your right is the Colonial Bank of Australasia and the Gold Office. Do you know that two Cornish miners found a huge nugget called Welcome Stranger in 1969? It is considered to be the biggest gold nugget ever found, weighing a whopping 72 kilograms. On your left is the New York Bakery. It is a spacious Victorian-style dining room, perfect for morning and afternoon tea. Had a sumptuous lunch here today. Oh boy, it took me back in time.
So we're here at the New York Bakery, first settlers. This is where they like to eat and drink. And I'm having a chamomile tea, as you can see here. I just found a very interesting free library. I'm pretty curious to check out what's inside. Wow, look at all those books.
The Victoria Theatre sits between the United States Hotel and the Criterion store.
This is the Victoria Theatre. Behind me is a beautiful stage. And if you look up, you'll find a really amazing, grand looking chandelier. This is how a theatre would look like in the 1800s. The designs are intricate. The color is beautiful choices, red, gold, white, just beautiful. Hi, this is DV, this is TC.
Hello.
They're so nice to us, but we met them yesterday.
You
so.
guys are pretty nice too.
Yeah, well, it was most fun and part of the adventure. You wanted to get away from Melbourne like us, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
Finding gold.
They were looking for gold, okay?
Why not? Yes. How about you guys? What was the best part about your trip?
The torture chamber. Scared the living daylights out of me.
Pretty scary.
For me, the gold mine, I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
The gold mine tour was fantastic. We did two of them today and they were really worth seeing, which was good.
Yeah, and how they turn liquid gold into solid gold and
Yes.
back and forth. That
it
was pretty
tempting.
cool.
24 karat gold, you have to put it in your pocket, you know.
So this Criterion store is based on the original, created in 1850s by Welsh business owner David Jones. It would stock all the latest fashion and homeware. Very interesting. I'll take you inside. We'll have a look.
The facade of the David Jones Criterion store is a 12-foot glass plate that showcases the Victorian-style 1850s fashion. Wow, this is amazing! The dresses on the right are super grand and pretty. How I love to wear this clothing. The 1800 Goldfield fashionistas flocked the David Jones Criterion store for the latest styles. Here on the left is the drapery department. Here you will find textiles of various colors and textures. used for making aprons, curtains, blankets, quilts, handkerchiefs, and many others. Embroidery, cross-stitching, sewing, and custom-made products are very popular back in the day. We are now about to enter the millinery and undergarment department. This section houses women's fashionable hats, gloves, silk undergarments, and kimonos. The day would not be complete without the morning or afternoon tea. Look how beautiful they are. These tea sets are perfect for entertaining guests and inviting friends over. Who says that only women are fashionable back in the day? Men are too. Here's a collection of fashionable and elegant hats. Wearing these hats can easily make any gentleman stand out. On the right is the ready-made department. This is where men can buy their trousers, their vests, their suits, their hats, and accessories.
From the left, present. Number one.
The Edinburgh Boot and Shoe Mart features footwear and related items available in the Gold Rush Ballarat. Next one coming up is the Horse Bazaar. It is a station where you wait for your horse and carriage ride. Ashen Dawson's Builders and Undertakers is where decorative coffins are made.
So what a strange discovery here, guys. So this is a life-preserving coffin. As you can see, there's a string attached to the coffin to a bell. So the person who's supposedly dead can ring the bell if they're still alive. So it's pretty strange to see that. So take a look.
A town would not be complete without a church, a fire station, a bowling alley, and a school. East Steinfeld is a school and dormitory. The writing in the board says, "Spare the rod and spoil your child."
Everyone, I just found this sign, made me laugh a little bit. It says ice, 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 and just reminded me of the Vanilla Ice song. So, ice, ice, baby. Just found this pretty random shovel and it's definitely worth grabbing. So, can you dig it? Yes, you can. Can you dig it? Yes, you can. So I just came across this. I found it pretty amazing. It's a James Morrow coach builder and wheelwright. Look at that, it's pretty impressive. It can carry up to 28 passengers. I found it pretty good looking and worth having a shot. So I would definitely ride or drive in one of these if I was back in the day. So here we've got the Wesleyan Day School, 1858. Really interesting classroom created by John Wesley, who, quote, said, "Do all the good you can by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever you can. So now we're walking towards the Sovereign QMC gold mine tour.
Choose for horses. I don't make tools for the miners, I don't even fix things. My job is to purify gold. And the reason I do that is to increase its value, to make the gold more valuable for the mining company that I work for. The mining company provides me with the gold that their miners have found. I clean the gold and I give it back to them in a much better condition, much cleaner, much more valuable condition. The gold they're getting out of the ground here in Bazaar was 22 karat gold. Ready. Just like that. Absolutely solid, but at 900 degrees still incredibly hot. Hot enough to set anything that touches it on fire straight away. Now in its current form, the gold has nowhere to send its heat. It's not touching anything, so it will sit there like that for the next 3 hours before it's cool enough to be picked up with a bare hand. Now, the problem with that is we don't have 3 hours to wait. On the water, let's try it. That is 99.99% pure. I have 100 ounces here. Price per ounce at the moment is just short of 2,500 bucks. So what I'm holding here is a little bit less than $250,000. Just for that amount there.
Literally just finished making it, still warm to touch. I'll give you a sample.
The Red Hill mine was one of the first major mines in the gold rush era. Beside the mine were the camps where miners lived.
So this is the Chinese camp where the first Chinese miners had to live. They had to set up their own tents, and you can see the state of which they lived, and they were forced a new residence tax because they were non-Europeans, which was forced by the British onto them, and many of them came with holes in their pockets, so the only way they could survive and make it because of the new residence tax was they had to work together. And there were some Chinese store owners that would welcome the poor Chinese and say, if you need anything, just come to me, we'll help each other out, I'll help you if you need anything. So yeah, incredible what they had to go through, how they lived, absolutely incredible.
Bet you 1 shilling you break that promise within a month. Ooh. 2 shillings is the dollar at Madame Bernard. Has to go into paying our debts and these taxes.
So this is the panning station area where the first step of the gold mining process begins. So it looks like the first step is they bring like a pretty large ball to the river and they dig up all the different kind of rocks, probably a couple of shovels in the pan. Then they put the pan into the lake, just scoop some water into it, and the purpose is to filter out all the different rocks, and they're trying to find hopefully a gold nugget this small.
It's 2 shillings. It's got a 10 pence in it. What's it?
gold is very heavy. Clean. Straight the bottom of the creek, that gold. In your hand every single time. Now, you can put as much in there as your little heart desire. As long as you scrape the bottom of the creek, you will find gold.